Hey everybody, got something else from the CMP. This is actually a 1917 service grade. Just got it in. It's a beautiful stock. I love the wood. Normally I see them in a more of a lighter color stock. This is a nice dark stock. It's beautiful. So like they say, this is the service grade model. It's 1917. I do see a lot of I don't know if I can be in focus. Those are eagle head marks. There's one there. There's one right there. I don't see any other markings on the stock. Got little nicks and dings, but I don't mind those. This is a Remington model. Has the old, you get the peep sight, and you get your flip up, goes up to 1,600 yards. It is marked on the barrel, dated, it's a 9/18. You also got the little cannonball, the flaming ball. I do love the stock. Now it has a two throat, one barrel, and one muzzle, so it's in great condition. So I'm real happy with it. I'm going to break it down real quick. See what it looks like on the inside. Alright, time to break it down. It's fairly easy to break down. All you need is first a slim blade, flathead screwdriver, punch, put a little hammer. Take the bolt out first, slide it back, get your bolt release here, pull it out, just slide your bolt out. Put it to the side. And we'll take this front sleeve off first. Got one bolt in the middle. This way, you gotta have the proper blade for this thing, the size of your bolt. You don't want to strip the metal, especially this old metal. So this is more of a thin blade. There you go. Just pull it up. There's your front. Now you have a little pin here. Just knock it out. Nice. Slide up. There you go. Your pin knocks out. Now I loosened this strap up a little bit. Don't have to take it off. I just don't want to, when I slide it, I don't want to scratch up the wood. So the front part can slide forward. You take your front top handguard off. This belt slides forward. Take your rear front handguard off. And for your magazine well cover and follower, push down and you pull forward a little bit. That pops off. I got two screws here, one in the back, one in the front. Just pop out. snugness to it. The back and the front out. Different size bolts. Back one's a little longer. Front one's a little shorter. I always put it the way I take it out, so I know to put it back the way just put it back the way you take it out. There's your cover off for your trigger. Slide your stock off. You can see there's a pencil mark number 3 in there. Let's see, a lot of times they mark it little R's, little E's. I don't see any other marks in this on the stock. You see the forearm's marked an R. It's a large R and looks like a, you can't tell if there's a B. It might be the eagle head mark. There's another R right here. So this is a Remington model. I also know Remington's, they use some other companies to help build their stuff. See if there's any other marks on here. You got a whole bunch of little marks right here. All types of marks. H. Is it 83? 15. It's all types of little different marks. Some symbols. Right here you have another eagle head mark. With a little fireball mark, little cannonball. But the barrel's in beautiful condition. No pitting, no nothing. This thing is beautiful. And where it's like a little tiny roughness is right here where it was exposed. Underneath, it's beautiful. Little cannonball here on the side, the receiver. This magazine well can probably come off, but I'm not going to try to take it off. I'm going to leave it on. I'm real happy with this. Now let's take a look at the bolt. Alright, time to take the bolt apart. It's a little more difficult than other bolts. Take this out. You get a little string. You hook it in right here, and if you pull this up and spin at the same time. You spin until this clears right here, the body of the bolt, and then you only have about another thread turn, because if you keep on pulling it, you're just going to pull it right on out. There's your main body of your bolt. Here's your extractor, sort of same as like a Mauser. Take it off, turn it 90 degrees, so you're perpendicular with your lugs. Push it forward, put it back on, you pull it back in, just get over that little lip. I'm not going to take that off, everything looks nice and clean. And now this is where I say these things aren't very user friendly. You got to push your shroud down and spin this 90 degrees in order to get to it. There's a lot of spring tension, so you got to push it down hard, turn this 90 degrees, and work this off. And like I say, you got a lot of spring tension. There's your shroud, there's your spring, there's your striker firing pin. You got EN, and got a little, looks like another eagle head right there. EN's that subsidiary company that Remington used. I can't remember the name of it now. Editon or Eddie, starts with E. And put it back together. You do got two flat spots here. That's where you line this up. And you spin it 90 degrees. So you can kind of orient where those are going to be at. Put your spring back on. Put your shroud back on. You gotta push it down, a lot of spring tension. Slide it on, turn it 90 degrees. I wouldn't let it slam. Just let it off easy. Now to put it back in, so the same thing. Drop it in. Spin it around a little bit until the threads catch. Get your string out. You got pull on that and turn it on. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Didn't hit hard though. This thing is a little bit of a pain. You just turn it until it's flush. And there you go. Bolt is back together. Now let's put everything back together. Put to the side. Got my wood stock. I'm gonna grab my barrel, receiver. And give it a nice little wiping down before I put it on the wood. Try to hold the metal that is exposed. Drop it in. Flip it over. Get your two screws. Small one in the front. Big one in the back. Got your cover. Give the cover a little wipe. Drop that in. So you both start it first before you crank all the way down. Final snug down. You got your follower and your magazine well cover. Wipe down. A little hinge right there. You stick it in, line it up. Don't just give a little. That's that. Give the middle one more little wipe down. Make sure I haven't touched it with my fingers. Start putting the rear forearm on. Get your band, slide it up. Get the forearm on. And slide that band up also. I'm just going to put my little pin in here. Tap it hold. Bolt out of the way. Front. There you go. Put the bolt in the front sleeve. you go. Now loosen this ring up a little bit so I didn't scratch the wood. Just going to snug it back down. That's that. Put your bolt back in. Just gotta make sure your extractor is on that side, on the right side. Slide it in. Now it's going to catch right here on your follower. There you go. That is that. There you have it. This is a CMP 1917. It's a service grade. I think it's beautiful. Bring out. I actually got my 1903. Put next to it. A little comparison. That's one thing about the 1917 is about like 6 inches longer than the 1903. At the beginning of World War I, we only had so many 1903s that were ready. We were actually building the P-14 for the British. That's why this is called a 1917 Enfield. But it's the P-14, which was chambered in a 303, the old British cartridge. And it was easier for us to just tool up and rechamber this into a 30-06. And so as we start pumping these out, and I think this is even the one that old Sergeant York used. I know that's debatable. Not really. But this is, I know they had a lot more of these during World War I than the 1903s. But that's it. This is the comparison. I got it nose to nose. Here's your backstop. Yeah. Do a quick close up. You can see the difference. Here's the difference between top one is my 1903. Bottom one is 1917. You see how it's a little bit longer, the bottom one. Also the other difference, which actually helps, got your front sights up there. Got your rear sight on your 1903. It's your rear sight on your 1917. So it's a longer distance between sight to sight. It actually makes it a little more accurate. I have a little old 22. It's an old 22 Springfield. I think it's a C60 or C90. I can't remember what it was. A little cheap little guns they used to make for, back in Sears used to sell them. But the iron sights are so far apart, it's very accurate. Well, like I say, I love the way the stock looks. It's beautiful stock. This is my 1917 service grade from the CMP. Thanks for watching.